One of my favorite things lately has been interacting with all of the other like-minded small business owners inside of my free online community. If you want access to free resources, tools, trainings, tons of great sales advice, and just general encouragement for your business journey, then click the link in the show notes and join myself and other small business owners inside the She Sells Differently Facebook group today. And so it just took me asking the questions of what was really the heart of the matter. And instead of me jumping to conclusions of how I could solve the problem, I was able to think outside the box and create a win-win solution that helped both of us. And now I have a raving fan for life. Hi, friends. Welcome to She Sells Differently, the show for aspiring women entrepreneurs looking to overcome the fear of selling and grow thriving businesses from a place of authenticity and confidence. I'm Andy Hart, and it wasn't all that long ago that I was a sales executive for a Fortune 500 company. But I knew in my heart that I was called to use my gifts for something more, something different. That's exactly why I created the She Sells Differently podcast. Each episode is going to deliver you business strategies, tools, and mindset shifts to help set you and your brand apart from our culture's expectations. It's time to elevate your sales and build a profitable, sustainable business you're proud of, one built on integrity, grace, and humility. It's time to learn how to sell differently. I want you to think about brands or companies that you have shopped from and purchased from in the last couple of years. And why do you go back to these brands and buy from them time and time again? If I venture to guess, or I know why I buy from them time and time again, it is because of the customer experience that they have created. And I will actually recommend these brands and rave about them to my friends and family because of the experience that I have when shopping at these companies. I'll give you some specific examples. I love shopping at Nordstrom. It's not even that they have any better products than some other department stores. While I do love their products, but they have a great return policy that I love. And I no longer live near a Nordstrom, but I know that I can return and have free shipping for up to a year when I shop at a Nordstrom store. And I have even had situations where I have bought from them online and I got sent the wrong product. And it was such a smooth customer support situation that I was like, man, that was just a great experience, even though it was annoying that I got sent the wrong product. And so it was just a customer problem, but they had a process in place that really exemplified why their customer experience is so great. Another example is Trader Joe's. If anyone has ever shopped at a Trader Joe's, from the time you walk in the store, people that work there are so helpful. But also, when you go to check out, the people that work at the checkout, they are the nicest people. You can tell they enjoy their job. They engage in conversation with you. And you genuinely leave the store feeling better. Like you just feel like you had a great shopping experience inside Trader Joe's. And so those are just two quick examples of the overall experience of shopping and doing business at those two businesses. And here's the thing, without a doubt, they have had problems happen because anytime you're in business, you're going to have problems arise. And it is always about how you handle those problems that set your business apart from the competition. And so in today's episode, I'm going to give you a 5-step framework for how you can turn customer problems and turn these customers into raving fans for life. Regardless of what products or services you sell, it is all about how you handle those problems. And I'm going to give you my 5-step framework. In my 18 years in sales, I have come to realize that it can often be those challenging, incredibly challenging situations that can present the opportunities to create the raving fans for life, because it's how you handle the situations. It is how you handle those situations that can really set you apart. And so I'm going to give you one specific example from my candle company and how I handled the situation, and then walk you through my 5-step framework. And hopefully this will help you in your business. And next time, not an if, but when you come across a customer satisfaction problem, what we call a customer sat issue, then you will know how to stop and assess the situation and how to handle it. So the situation that I just ran across a couple of months ago in my candle company, Hart Design Co. If you've listened to the She Sells Differently podcast for any length of time, you know that I wholesale my candles to retailers all over North America. And as a part of wholesaling, I offer exclusivity. Now, what exclusivity for my retailers means is that if they spend a certain amount of money in carrying my products in their boutiques, then they will be guaranteed that they are the only boutique or retailer within a certain geographic area that will carry my products, that will carry Hart Design Co. products. And so what had happened is that this retailer's exclusivity, the thresholds had not been met. So they no longer had exclusivity for my brand. And so she had reached out and did not realize this, and another brand nearby had bought my products. Now, when I have over 500 retailers, there's no way I can keep track of all of that. So I have a system in place that does that for me. And I also utilize Fair Marketplace as well and run my exclusivity through there. And so another retailer nearby had purchased my products and had started to carry. And so this particular retailer was very upset and had reached out, sent me an email, and was very hot about it from a competition standpoint. And so she wanted to understand why I had sold my products to the retailer down the street and what I was going to do about it. And it would have been very easy to respond back immediately, being defensive about it, and tell her, hey, you no longer have exclusivity with me. You should have checked this. And, I had every right to sell to them. And that would have immediately put her on the defensive. I never would have gotten another order from her. And that would have been the end of that longstanding retailer relationship. Instead, what I decided to do was take a step back and let my emotions calm down after receiving a very heated emotional email from my customer. So that was step one, is I let my emotions calm down. You never want to respond when your emotions are up. You always take time to let your emotions calm down before you respond. Often we want to take care of the problem right away, but always walk away and calm down before you respond. So, step one, let your emotions calm down. And I took some time to research the situation and realized what had happened. And the second thing I did is I removed my defensive language and actually used phrases in my response to her like we. Instead of using phrases like I So it would be easy to say, I did this, I did that, but I changed those phrases and instead utilized phrases like, let's work together and we will figure this out and move forward together. And that really created a team mentality and partnership between myself and the retailer that had sent the email. And so when you replace that defensive language and you really position yourself as an ally, it really helps create a partnership team mentality that you are on their side and you are not looking to cast blame. And so that was the second step that I did and the second step in my framework. So after you have one, let your emotions calm down and taken some time to step back, research the situation. Two, you are going to respond in a manner that removes that defensive language and embraces a team partnership mentality with words like we and working together instead of I or our. The third step is, as a part of that message, you want to ask questions that really get to the heart of the matter. So I always encourage asking probing and open-ended questions to really understand what the customer wants and needs out of the situation. So often, all the customer wants is to feel heard and understood. As human nature, we want to fix things and correct the situation, but we really need to ask questions so that we are making sure that the customer feels understood and heard, and that they are making sure that we are listening to them, because they may not need us to fix anything at the end of the day, especially when they understand that we're on their team and we want to work with them, right? So you can listen actively and ask open-ended questions like, what would make this situation right for you? When you ask questions like that, instead of just offering a solution, especially when you did not cause the problem in the first place, that really creates an opportunity for the other party to maybe just say, I just wanted you to hear me out and thanks for listening. So that is an opportunity for them just to feel heard. Now, they may come back with some outrageous request. And so that is where we move into step 4. So once you really ask questions to get to the heart of the matter, we want to really address what solutions we can provide that are win-win solutions. And by that, I mean, often I see brands will come back with something that will be more of a win for themselves instead of the customer. So they'll say, here's a coupon for your next order. And that's necessarily a bad thing to offer down the road. But what that means is that the retailer has to spend more money with you in order to benefit from what you're offering them. And so you don't necessarily want to offer an upsell as the primary solution. You want to focus on solving the problem rather than pushing additional sales that don't address the core issue. So offer genuine help that builds long-term loyalty rather than a quick monetary win. So I will tell you exactly what I did in this customer scenario with my retailer. What I did when I shared with them in that non-defensive language what had happened, and I asked those open-ended questions, I came to understand that this other retailer had a pattern of copying their products over and over again. And so they just needed to be heard. They didn't need me to do anything to fix the issue. They just needed someone to hear them. because they were frustrated and they knew it was not my fault. But asking those questions allowed me to get to the core and the heart of the matter, and it helped me avoid offering a solution that would just push additional sales and help me move into step number 5, which is thinking outside of the box and creating a high value win-win solution that really changed the game. So this is what I offered to my retailer that really helped solidify a long-standing partnership and created excitement for her and a raving fan for life. So this is what I proposed to her. I offered creating her a custom candle for her shop that is not sold anywhere else. And so now, not only does she not have to worry about exclusivity anymore, but she also doesn't have to worry about any other boutiques copying her candles. And she gets a custom candle that she can brand with her own branding and her own shop name. And she was thrilled with the idea. And so it just took me asking the questions of what was really the heart of the matter. And instead of me jumping to conclusions of how I could solve the problem, I was able to think outside the box and create a win-win solution that helped both of us. And now I have a raving fan for life. And so just to reiterate, I want to walk you back through the 5-step framework when you have a customer issue, a customer satisfaction problem, how you handle that, no matter what the problem is. Step 1, let your emotions calm down. Take some time to walk away and never respond in frustration or anger. 2, remove all defensive language from your response and embrace a team mentality with language that shows your partnership. Step 3, ask questions to truly get to the heart of the matter and what your customer really needs to help solve the issue. 4, avoid offering solutions that only benefit your bottom line. And then step 5, don't be afraid to think outside the box to create solutions that offer a win-win for both you and your customer. Now, I want to also offer this. There are going to be times when you have customer satisfaction issues, and there is going to be nothing that you can do that will satisfy a customer. And it is important that you always offer a solution and you communicate well and document that. But it's also important that you maintain your integrity and not compromise your business values and cut your losses if a solution that you offer that is fair to both your business integrity and the customer experience and what you promised to the customer, if it is still not satisfying, don't be afraid to cut your losses and move on. There are those few customers that you will never satisfy. Don't spin your wheels trying to always satisfy over and over again. Offer a fair solution, and if it does not satisfy them, move on and cut your losses. So that is my 5-step framework and exactly how I utilize that in a real life example with my candle company to help turn what could be big problems into raving fans for life for your business. So when you follow this framework, this will absolutely help you set apart those customers that truly want to work with you from those that are just trying to complain and you're never going to satisfy them. So the customers that want to work with you will absolutely appreciate your willingness to partner with them, and they will be raving fans for life. I want to encourage you to truly see every customer interaction, even the challenging interactions. These are opportunities to build trust and transform these challenges and these problems into loyalty. I've seen it work time and time again in my own business and in my career. No matter what I am selling, services or products, it works time and time again, this 5-step framework. So implement it in your business and send me a message at the number in the show notes and let me know how it works for you, because I guarantee you it is proven and you will be amazed at the transformation and the response from your customers. That's it for today. Enjoy. And until next Wednesday, when I have a new episode of the She Sells Differently podcast, I'll be cheering you on. All right, that's a wrap on today's episode of She Sells Differently. Friends, it would be a huge blessing to me if you would take 2 seconds to rate and subscribe to my podcast. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Until then, I'm cheering you on in your entrepreneurial journey. See you next time.